So I'm on the way out to the North Lake Mall for the iPad mini release. Gonna try and get the Apple Store early. They're gonna open at 8 a.m. today to release the iPad, and there's quite a few Apple junkies around this area. So generally there's a little bit of a line, a little bit of a wait. To be one of the early first to get your hands on one. So gonna try and get down here early, go hang out in line, drink a coffee, and grab this iPad. I know Josh and Travis and the guys are back at the store ready to get their hands on it and get this thing in the dash. Hopefully it won't be too long of a line. Probably a big part of Apple is the unboxing process. They spend lots of time designing the way it unpackages, so it's always exciting to unpackage a new product and see what they did a little different. Ready? Wow, this thing's light. You can see they did the anodized back this time, where it's got a black look to it. Really cool, really different. I've always been a fan of Apple's white products, just to be a little nostalgic, but heck, I love this thing being black. They've really smoothed the buttons in, and they angled the port down at the bottom, so that should help us a little bit with the install. It's got a front and rear camera on it. On this particular deal, we probably won't utilize the rear camera, but we'll figure out a way that you keep the front one rocking. And as publicized, it is the new lightning cable, so that's going to be a little bit of a challenge to figure out how to integrate, because there's not a whole lot of accessories out there for it yet, but I think we got a couple ideas up our sleeves.
We could do this a couple of ways. For one, we can have it hinge, so that I can cut all this up and have this thing hinge out, so you can slide it in from the top and then close it back up. That way there's no major openings on the side, like where we could slide it in or whatever. We could make this whole piece pop out. But with this being this way, do you really need to take it out?
No, I mean, it's an iPad mini. I mean, I've got an iPad and I've got my MacBooks and everything else. So for me, I'm an Apple freak. I'm gonna leave this thing in the dash. I want this thing to be like my radio, So if aesthetically, for me, I think it'd look cooler not to have all the cuts to make it slide in and out, because I have no reason to get it out. With iTunes syncing over Wi-Fi now, all the updates over Wi-Fi, I'm gonna have a hotspot in the car all the time. And until the 3Gs come out, that's gonna be the way to do it. So
well, at that point, we can take the dash apart and change it. It doesn't need to be something that is going to come in and out on a daily basis. We're going to use this more as our source unit more than something we're going to take in and out of the car and aux into another deck. So
yeah, I'd rather have the clean look on it.
I can make it a lot cleaner without any cuts by just mounting it solid in the car and leaving it here, making it permanent.
I like that idea.
You want to do that instead?
I'd say let's do that. I mean, I think the hinge deal's cool, and I think we need to develop something like that for our customers, because I'm sure people will like that idea. But for me, I want that sucker right there all the time.
All right. We'll make it permanent then. So far, test fit's looking pretty good. We'll tape it up in here just so I can hold it, get all the pieces together, see what other notches are going to have to be made. Trying to shove it all in the dash, make it look right. We're getting there. Just we'll take our time to make it right.
So Josh's still rocking and rolling, getting the fitment perfect. Next thing, we're going to figure out integration with the Part1 processor. And just keep digging, get this thing ready for the big car show out at Charlotte Motor Speedway tomorrow. This is going to be it for part 1. Tune back in later this afternoon to check out part 2 and the finish of this project.